Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Welcome to another episode of Cigars and Whiskey, the podcast that discusses love, relationships, sex, and dating from a male's perspective. I'm your guy, Ron Coe, and I'm joined by my guys, KB,
Black of the Berry, the Sweet of the Jews,
White Star GB,
We're shaking.
and we also have super producer Corey Cool in the building, Cool University.
What's up, guys?
Big shout out to everyone tuned in on YouTube. Please remember to share so we can get more people to tap into the conversation. We have a great show for you guys tonight. Tonight, we are drinking the Isaac Bowman straight bourbon whiskey finished in port barrels. And tonight, we will be discussing the top 5 reasons men and women cheat. All right. KB,
what's up, y'all?
how was your week, man?
My week, my month, my couple of months.
Yeah. How was it? How was it all?
Everything was great, man. Everything was great. We had some good time off, man. I hope everybody had a good time with their families. This week particularly was trying as always. You know, we're getting into a new year right now. Everybody knows what I do as far as real estate and mortgages and things of that nature. And things are tough. They're rough.
Is it a buyer's market or a seller's market right
It's
now?
a buyer's market right
It's a
now.
buyer's market right now.
Yeah, it shifted. It officially shifted over to a buyer's
Yeah, I
market.
remember like 6 or 8 months ago, you were saying the opposite.
Yeah, it shifted totally to a buyer's market right now. It's because I'm actually getting seller's concessions for people when I didn't even think they would do that shit anymore.
Right.
So sellers are actually giving up a portion of their equity to be able to go into deals. So, you know, it's shifted over totally. I think right now, by the end of this year, we'll probably have like a 15% drop in the market. I think by the end of this year, probably be like a 15% drop.
I got a question. KB. Sorry to cut you. So, would you say, if you had the money, had everything, all your ducks in a row,
Yeah.
would you still wait? Would you say to wait a little while longer until that drop comes into play?
The
or start
wait
looking now.
the wait is weird because if you're in a position to get something that you really want right now and you find something, then jump on it. But if you're trying to force something, then don't force it. You understand what I'm saying? Like if you were already looking and you happen to find something that you really want, hop on it. But if you're hopping in the game right now and trying to get something, just don't force it. You understand what I'm saying? Like if you find something that, because like we're saying, it's a buyer's market, so you could ultimately get something that you really want right now. You know what I'm saying? Don't wait until now the tide shifts and prices drop 15 to 18%, and now everybody's hopping back on when interest rates get better, and now it's like, all right, now we're back in the same game that we were in 2021. You know what I'm saying? In mid 2021. So it's rough. What I would say is, if you have something that you really want, you see it, go out and get it. Real shit. But yeah, my week was marvelous.
Question 2. Are the interest rates reflecting the buyer's market? Like, is it a buyer's market as far as that as well, too?
Nah.
Are the buyers paying less? Like, what makes it a buyer's market? Because it's more stock?
Not that it's more stock, because we're still short on stock, but it's just how many buyers are out there.
Okay.
It's not a lot of buyers.
So there's not a lot of competition.
Right.
But
So the sellers don't have as much people to offer their houses to as they did before in mid 2021.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, and honestly, around that time, people were offering on average between 16% and 24% over asking. So it's like, like sellers could put dog shit in the market. Yeah, here, buy this.
Yeah, I'm going.
And they were eating it.
Yeah.
Now it's different. You put some bullshit on the market, now you might have to make some concessions. You might have to lower your price. You might have to do certain things to be able to get, the price that you were going to get in 2021.
Yeah.
you're gonna have to make some concessions to get it done.
Right.
But the whole thing right now is the buyers have the control because the inventory is there, but not a lot of people are thinking the same way that I think you said, or Corey, did you say it? As far as
Waiting.
should you wait? A lot of people are waiting. A lot of people are saying, yo, all right, the interest rates ain't the, but the thing is, everybody's going to think the same way. So if you're a adversarian, you're saying, yeah, all right, I'm going to think differently than everyone else. You're probably going to get a better deal than most other people. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like if you're saying like, yo,
Or you're gonna get the house that you really want.
or you're going to get the house that you really
you
want.
could go out. You could afford to be picky right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have a house that checks all your boxes.
And pick through it. Yeah. And
yeah.
go through it, pick through it. And you can get, and the biggest thing is you can get those concessions that you weren't going to get before. My biggest thing is, and I'm not going to drag this conversation longer than right here. My biggest thing is being able to get into a house with equity, right?
Yeah, of course.
So you'll get like, my biggest thing is if the market is 600,000 and you have a $400,000 house that just needs like a kitchen and a bathroom or update, do the renovations, pay like $30,000 to do a short kitchen and a bathroom, you'll probably be up where that market is just from putting that money in. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the market that we're in right now. Don't buy brand new cribs. Don't buy turnkey cribs. Buy houses that need work and just go with the market. You know what I'm saying? That way you even if, because this is what we're talking about. We're talking about losing 15 to 20% this year, right? So if you're buying a turnkey crib for 600,000, you're losing 20%. You ultimately lost like $120,000 over your crib. But if you buy the house for 400,000, you put $30,000 into it. Now you're at the market. Yo, that makes perfect sense to do
You got the house
that.
built the way you want it.
Exactly, right. and it's a semi-custom crib. So
Nice.
that's what it is. But my week was marvelous.
Yeah. We got a real estate lesson too.
Earn your leisure.
Yeah,
White
man.
Star GB. How was your week, man?
My week was cool. My week was cool. Very good. Happy New Year, everybody. And
Happy New Year.
I'm ready to get into the show, yo. How about your week?
Happy New Year.
It was cool. I'm tired, very tired. I'm on my second Red Bull,
Hey.
Damn, son.
but I'm here. I'm glad the week is over, but I probably still got more work to do. Yeah,
You working
Always
tomorrow
more
too?
work, bro.
I'm probably doing some housework tomorrow.
All right.
Very nice.
House
Very
nigga?
nice.
No, I'm just playing.
You got the Red Bull and coffee?
When I'm drinking, I do Red Bull.
Of course.
If it's a regular night, I'm coffee all the
Got
time.
you. Got you.
You know,
I
this
mean?
is Coffee King right
Coffee
here.
King.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
the-
I'm
what's the
we're
go-to cup?
like stark differences. Like, yo, I can't drink coffee at all. I will crap my life out. Like, yo, real shit. Like, yo, I can't drink coffee, bro. Like, my wife bought me like coffee drinks. She's like, yo, you drink too much, like Red Bulls and Monsters and stuff. Like, yo, try and drink. So I listen to her. Obviously, she's a healthcare professional. All right, I'll try. Like all during the holiday season, I'm trying to drink these Starbucks triple shots and
But there's
double
just as
shots
much
that they got.
sugar and everything in that.
But the thing
It's a
is,
little more natural. So
yeah, that's the thing. Like,
artificial.
In the dairy, you're going to sit on the toilet the whole time.
my guy, my stomach just can't handle
Yeah,
it. It
that's
can't.
right.
It can't. And I want to be the cool dude that has like the Starbucks and he's walking in the mall and like that's so cool to me. Like, but I
The
can't
only way
do
to
it.
You got to learn to drink your coffee black, yo.
I think I will shit that out too.
Okay.
I'm bad. Like my stomach just don't agree with it. Yeah, it don't agree with it. It's what it is.
You know I got the bad guts.
Got the bubble guts. Bubba.
Yeah. All right. So shit, we'll jump right into it.
Yeah, let's cook, yo.
All right, what we starting with?
Start with the Well, let's do it reverse.
Oh yeah. Well, also you said you were gonna do the stats.
Oh,
the,
okay. Let's do that. Well, let's shout out this delectable candle. That,
Yes.
Candles the truth.
Shout out to Moves by Michelle Rose. She hit us off with our own signature scent, which is gonna be
Clap, clap, clap.
tobacco
Thank you.
vanilla.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
Very, very soon we will be offering this up for people. Now, of course, if you smoke cigars, you probably love the smell of a good cigar, but the after effects, the lingering effects they can be a bit much. The next day, the smell of a cigar can be
Facts.
horrendous sometimes. So it's very important to have smell goods, room sprays, candles, things of that nature to clear the air, right? So we got a new scent from Moose by Michelle Rose, collaboration with us. She has a lot of other different scents, rosemary, lavender, jasmine, sage, whole host of different other scents. But this is our joint. It smells great. And we'll have it for you very, very soon. All right. So just check back with us. We'll definitely be burning these on most shows anyway. So
Yeah.
look forward for that in the future.
Facts.
All right.
All right, so let's get into the most wonderful time of the year, the 2022 Pornhub year-end review. Let's see
Dope.
what y'all boys been, and women have been getting busy too.
Spanking.
So I'm gonna go through the number one searches by state, and New York. Very surprising this year. It was not surprising this year.
Dominicans.
Dominicans is number one.
Was it really?
You're dead ass.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Dominican
I was
is
just
the number
playing.
one porn search in. And I could honestly say I've never put in Dominican.
Yeah,
I've
me
never put
either.
that in either.
Me either.
That's weird as
Either.
hell.
Like I wouldn't
That
put
is-
Ethnicity.
yeah.
Yeah.
You go.
If the
Latina,
first it would go
if you
would
have
be
to.
like white,
Right,
ebony,
right. Yeah.
but not.
They wanted that. New York knows what it wants.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Specific. Dun, 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 dun. Okay.
Florida, I think for the second year in a row, is BBC. Florida knows what it wants too.
Yep. They want that. BBC.
Shout out
It's
to
in the
Florida.
water. It's in the water, right?
Texas is a little weird. Texas went with panties.
Panties was
Panties,
the number one.
yeah. Women draws.
It's a little bit. Okay. All right.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Well, no way that's going. 'Cause
California.
don't you want to take the panties off? Nah, it is. Whatever.
You did? California went with Asian,
I can see that.
Yeah, I can see that. That makes sense.
right?
I can see that one.
Pennsylvania went with hairy pussy.
Oh, I can see that one. Pennsylvania.
PA.
Yes, I can see that one.
PA.
Yeah, I can see Pennsylvania doing that.
Yeah. DC went with trans.
I would have thought San Francisco, but okay. All right.
No, DC is
Little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah. Are they?
yeah.
Okay, they're there. Okay.
there.
Yeah. The most viewed categories as a whole in 2022 in the United States. The
BBCs.
number one was lesbian.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Number two, holding it down,
Would you say
was
guys
Ebony.
good
Ebony is number two.
all the time?
Ebony is number 2.
Ebony is number two. Top searches in the whole, country. And then Japanese, threesome, and then anal round out the top 5.
Anals. Okay.
Yeah.
Now
anals.
butt plugs.
Not
okay.
butt plugs. I think toys come in. Nah, toys don't even come in. But yeah.
Damn, son.
KB, how often do you think you watch porn?
I actually adjusted my porn watching this year specifically. I haven't watched
So the
porn
last 6
anytime
days?
this year. No. I haven't watched porn this year at all.
What, in
What, 2022 or
2023?
2023?
Yeah, nigga.
Oh, well, you're doing
The
great.
fuck?
You're doing great.
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
What about you, Black Star GB?
Maybe three to 4 times a week.
You don't think that's a bit?
No, I mean, I watch it, but I don't like. It's almost like Sports Center now. You just watch to see what's on.
Really?
Yeah, you just kind of
We
browse.
just check
through.
in to see if anything
Yeah, you can
new.
check in and see if something for later.
Anything
All
new.
right, but then
okay.
you go to something later, though.
Not necessarily. If I don't see something good, then I won't even bother.
Really?
Yeah, you check on it like you check on the sports stats or something. Or you see like you go on World Star, you see when new videos is out. You just you check in.
Wow.
So how do you check in? Do you check in? Do you sign on? Check in
Sign
and just
on. I don't have an account on nothing. I think having an account is a little weird. Can we talk about that? Having an account in porn sites? Because there's always like sign in or make an account. What's the point of having an account?
I've never. I see like the what do they have like Pornhub Red? Is it Pornhub Red or is it X Videos Red? It's one of them that they try and get you to sign on.
Okay.
Get
Is
an
it
extra
free?
account. I don't know. I've never checked. I never like went on it. Was like, I want this one.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn, I can't see this video. Let me sign up for this shit. Like,
Have you ever paid for porn?
oh yeah, of course.
I'm not like going
Bootleg DVDs?
Yeah, not like that. I mean,
Like online.
like an online
no,
thing.
no.
Nah, never.
No,
I've bought
going too
DVDs
far.
if it's
before.
not free, it's
Yeah,
not for me.
free for me.
Yeah, no,
Word.
I've definitely bought DVDs.
It's
Short
nothing.
form behind no paywall, yo. I'm
They
good.
try very, very hard to like.
Get the money out of it.
No, they'll give you a scene that looks like great, and then they stop it, and they be like,
Go to
Lo- yeah,
this,
go to
that,
this
and the third,
website.
but
That's
then-
good. I can rewind it and watch it again.
"No." They'll take out the money shot. They'll take out something
that,
where
they'll get it done.
try to get you
Look,
to.
and it's like, nigga, I don't need none of that shit. I don't need that. I don't need it. I'm already warmed up. I don't need
You
that.
could have just imagined it in your head, right?
Yeah, I don't need it. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Peace.
How about yourself, sir? You asking us these personal questions. How many times you?
These personal questions.
Not
many times
not
you
often.
choke the chicken
Not
a week, buddy?
Yeah. I'm kind of like off the pipe, man.
Off the
pause.
pipe.
Yeah.
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 You hopped off the poop.
I'm off it, man.
So you don't even check in? You don't check the scores?
Not really. I never check in. If I'm
Okay.
I'm going in. Like
Yeah.
I'm
He's
it's already-
prepared and ready.
Like,
you
I'm
there
not,
for a reason.
yeah, I'm not playing with it or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I'm not
Know what I came here for?
yeah, nothing like that. Yeah.
I hear you. Yeah, so those are the porn stats. So everybody who is indulging, keep on porning and
Doing your thing. Checking out lesbians. What was it? Ebony and
hentai. There's a lot
that's
of there's a lot on this list.
hentai.
That's like
hentai.
card like Japanese cartoon.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That is
People,
People
are
get busy,
into that.
yo.
Cool.
Goth, Latino, shower, Mormon, cartoon,
No free
furry.
use?
Idaho.
That's what
Free
that's
use.
Idaho. Look up
Free
Look up
use?
Idaho.
Idaho is Mormon.
I knew it was weird shit.
Yeah.
I knew it was weird shit.
So-
Anything to the west of the 95th meridian of except for California is weird shit. I swear. It's gonna be Seattle's gonna have some weird shit. Where's Seattle?
Seattle is weird shit. Fleshlight.
See?
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Yo,
Fleshlight. Very specific,
East Coast, East Coast. We're like respectable freaks. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
anything West Coast is y'all are freaks. Like y'all
I
are
got
like
busy.
y'all have sex with corpses.
Yeah.
Like
A
y'all
lot
are
of-
weird.
A lot of stuff is weird, man. A lot of stuff is weird.
Weird.
Hey, kink. That's what sex is. Sex is supposed to be a little weird, right?
Sex is supposed to be just experiencing your. Never mind. I'm not getting it.
Hey, all right. It's another episode.
Very well.
Okay.
All right. But that's what I got, y'all.
All right. Cool.
Pornhub.
Pornhub. X videos.
so-
X and XX. Okay.
We're gonna. I guess we're gonna react to.
Well, we're gonna describe what a baddie is, right?
Yeah. All right. So
What is?
there was a recent TikTok video of a female complaining about how hard it is being a baddie or being a pretty chick,
Oh,
and how she gets passed over by men
because
that
she's
would
so
rather
pretty.
wife a quote unquote plain Jane versus a pretty chick or a baddie.
Okay, let's hear this.
Say it's because it's really been on my mind lately. I have nothing against the plain Jane females.
She is in
You
fact
know,
not a
and what I
baddie.
mean by that, like the females who doesn't go out, the female who doesn't like get their makeup done, the female who doesn't really get their hair done often. The plain Jane females, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't have nothing against y'all, but why is it so hard for us pretty girls to come across a decent guy? It just seemed like all the guys, the good guys, always like cuff the plain Jane females, and I feel like, you know, us pretty girls, and I'm not calling the plain Jane females ugly. I'm just saying like the pretty girls that's extra, you know, we love to dress up, we love fashion, we love keeping our nails and our hair done. And we just like we just like to look good. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, it's hard being a pretty girl because I feel like it's a curse. Because I feel like we go through so much, and I feel like we always got to prove ourselves to a nigga for a nigga to realize like we are the one. Like we good. We're a good girl. But I just feel like, you know, being pretty is just a fucking curse. And, you know, I done dealt with, you know, guys or whatever, and I done, you know, have a conversation with guys, and they'll be like, oh, I'm scared of you. Like, what? What you mean you scared of me? Like, I don't be getting that. Like, what you mean? Why are you scared of me? I'm not going to harm you, little old me. Like, I'm not going to harm you. I'm not going to hurt you. So why would you feel like you scared of me? I don't know. Is it because they know we got options and they feel like we can find somebody that's better than them or something like that? Because I don't know. I just need answers from the guys. I need anybody to come in or inbox me and let me know. Why do guys always say that to pretty girls? They always say, oh, I'm scared of you. I'm scared of love. I'm scared to date you.
Can I start?
Of course. Go.
What
Right.
in the
I wanna start with
what
asking-
in the Glorilla was that?
I want to start with asking y'all a question. I would characterize her look as the baddie look, the made up woman. She said pretty girl.
Ooh, sorry.
She's trying.
I don't know why that is, miss, but
She's trying.
yeah. I would say that she's the baddie look. She's the Kyle, how would you describe a baddie?
Someone that's pretty.
Okay.
She's
As
not-
opposed to like a plain Jane female?
plain Jane could be a baddie too.
Okay. All right.
She's not hot.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. So what would you describe her as? Being a little nicely.
A chick that's trying hard.
Okay. Trying
going
hard.
with the trends.
Got you. All right.
Like
Wigs.
that's most of the females. This is what it is. You have this big ass swoop right here.
Right.
You do these big
That's
swoops.
the baby hair, sir. Watch your mouth.
Whatever it is,
All
it's
right.
hard as shit. You do these big ass swoops,
All right.
and then you buy as much design as you could buy. Usually, you know, if you got a
You gotta
little
have
body,
eyelashes too, though.
you gotta have big ass eyelashes, and you gotta wear a bunch of tights. And then
Does a BBL kind of fall into that?
if they
frame?
could afford it,
Okay.
you
All
know,
right.
if they could afford it, that falls into it. But yeah, I just
Right.
yeah.
How about yourself, Ron? What would you characterize? I would call her as like a group of girl. I would call her a
Yeah,
baddie.
like back. Okay, I agree with you as far as the term baddie
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily
Mean that you're pretty?
exactly. It doesn't
Okay.
mean that you're
I think
you're
that's
bad.
the aesthetic
you know?
that you're going
Exactly, exactly. It's a baddie is a look.
for. Yeah.
You know, lace front,
Front. Man, makeup.
eyelashes, makeup too. I guess to take it a step further, the BBL. But that doesn't mean
Gotta drive a Nissan Altima.
it doesn't mean that you're really, you know, pretty.
No, it's just
But I think it's like a look.
yeah,
A look, you know.
like a amateur stripper or a or a transgender. Honestly,
That's a good point. I think that is
The baddie is the tranny look.
it's a tranny look. It's the fake
me,
looking.
it is.
It's the fake looking girl. Like it's the fake. It's like if you put a transgender next to a baddie, I don't know if you could tell the difference which one really has a
Like
vagina.
if you dressed a guy up in a wig
Yeah.
and some lashes,
exact
and
same shit.
he would probably look better than her.
He might look hotter than her, yo. That's crazy.
hey, all right.
That's crazy.
Might have to throw
And
him a
then
little bounce pass to see
and-
who catches the ball better.
yeah,
And see who's
collect
natural
mad
instinct.
quick like
Yeah.
this.
Who's
Oh,
natural
okay.
instincts.
That's
yeah.
the dude. That's the dude.
yeah, there you go, big dog.
Nigga collected mad quick. But
Right.
one thing that she said that I resonated with is when she was like, you know, what like, why are you scared of me? What am I gonna do to harm you?
Yeah.
Let me look in that camera. Females, women out there. That's G. I used to do that when I was 19, 20, 22 years old. Oh, I'm scared of you. Yeah, I don't know. You might hurt me. That's easing you up. You know, you're not going to hurt me. I'm not taking you serious.
Honestly, Kyle, I disagree with you, dog. I feel like men do feel like they would. I mean, if you commit to a girl like that, they would hurt you for two reasons. A, when you walk around like that and you dress like that, it kind of exudes a lack of confidence.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you're always kind of, and then another thing is
it's
that you
fake
kind of
confidence,
always look available.
Yeah.
You know, you always look like you're ready for
You ready for a dude
to holler at you, and yeah.
This
So
is my
it's not so
point.
much hurt. It's like I don't want to. I just don't want to invest in you. I don't want to take you seriously because you don't take yourself seriously.
This
So
is my point.
You don't think it's a
I used
financial
to say
thing,
it.
though?
I used to say that.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I used to say that because I knew I wasn't taking her seriously.
Right.
Yo, you gonna hurt? You gonna hurt
yeah, of
me.
course.
Oh no, I don't know.
I'm not taking away from that. That is G.
Yo, you gonna hurt my feelings? I don't know. Like yo, you look, man. I can't handle you.
Yeah.
That's G. Like I'm not
Right.
taking you seriously. I see how you carry yourself.
No talk.
But do you think genuinely some guys see the lace front, the lashes, the all this extra, and they look at it like, all right, maybe to maintain you,
It's too much.
it may be expensive. Think that's a possibility?
I'm sure some dudes think like that.
Cool. I mean, listen, like those women. It remind me of you remember my first car, my Nissan Sentra?
The gray one
Yeah,
That was awesome.
Yeah, you remember that? Like
with the big ass sound system.
that part.
That shit was dope.
It
You
was
did mash
it wasn't
into
exactly
it, but it
the
was-
car. Yeah, I did
It's
mash
a
into
Sentra.
it to make it look
When you-
fast,
when you
but
pull
it
it
was
down.
still at the end of the day, it was the Sentra, dog. Like it looked fast. You know what I mean? Like if you see me on the Parkway, dog, you see my hubcap spinning, I might look like, you know what I mean? Like I'm auditioning for Fast and Furious.
Look,
I'm doing
no.
my best Vin Diesel.
No, it did not look fast.
that part too. I was trying to make it look fast. You can't make something into what it's not. That shit ain't expensive. That little $60 a week, that little whatever she need for her nails.
I
Don't let her
disagree,
have
though.
it, yo.
I
You
disagree.
don't want that.
I disagree.
You just don't want to wash your pillows every night with the damn makeup
Oh,
face all
God.
over your pillows
Oh,
and
Lord.
the thing, and you just don't want that around you all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? You know, but you know,
I disagree, though.
What?
I think it's a lot of women out here masquerading as confident women, but they have their superhero suit on. Like,
opposite.
you know, give me that energy when you don't have all that on, right? When you don't have the makeup, let me see if you're that confident, let me see how you look without all that stuff on. And
Absolutely.
if you can give me the same energy, I'll respect it. But those are the same women that do come with the energy of, I do this, that, and the third, or I require this, I require that, I require maintenance, maintain what I've been maintaining, this hair, these nails, the whatever clothes, whatever. You know what I mean? But I think it's a lot of women that do masquerade as confident women, but realistically, deep down, I don't think they are.
Yeah.
But they believe it.
Yeah. Okay, so we got the baddies out the way, so let's go to the polar opposite, the hot mess. There's not too much to be spoken about them, right? There's
What's that?
What do you mean, the hot mess?
the woman that doesn't want to do anything with herself.
Okay.
You know, not the natural. So we'd fall in between, which is the natural beauty, confident female, which is wifey material 99.9% of the time. The female that looks cool without makeup and the hair and everything like that, the everyday woman.
Can I ask you something, though, before we move to that?
Isn't that a plain
Right.
Jane? I'm sorry.
That's the plain Jane.
What about her, right, didn't rub you the right way? Like, why couldn't she be? You know what I mean? Like, all right, maybe she's not your type, as far as the
I
look.
can just speak from my perspective. I
But
don't know about
it was
everybody else.
nothing with anything that she said. It was just the look that you didn't like.
Well, no, it's what she said too. It was
What
it
was
was the look. I wasn't already. I'm looking at you and I'm like, all right, you're calling yourself a baddie. You're already labeling yourself as a hot chick, bad, whatever. All right, that's cool. Have confidence. But then you say it multiple times. Yo, the baddie. Why can't I have that? Like it's like, yo, all right, yo, listen. Maybe if you dial down,
The delusion.
Yeah, a lot. I think it's some delusion.
yeah, maybe if you dial down the delusion, maybe you'll get what you want. Like you walking around exuding this false confidence is not gonna help you.
So what's she supposed to just go around and say she ugly, or what you supposed to do?
I don't think.
you don't gotta say shit.
I wouldn't call a chick ugly.
No, she wasn't
Oh, I
ugly.
didn't say she was
but-
ugly.
No, yeah,
But
I
like,
didn't say she was ugly.
what turned you off about her though?
I don't know what she looked like. Like I don't know what you probably look like a completely different person. Like you are
Nah, that's
in
a
a
fact.
costume right now.
Nah, that's a fact.
You do not
You
look.
wake
like
up
this
in the
right
morning
now.
like,
This is not
whoa,
who you
what
are.
happened here?
I don't know what my kids are gonna look like. I can't. I don't know what to do with you. Like this is like a costume. Like this is like I'm watching a Marvel movie right
That's
now.
pretty superficial though. Like,
What? I don't know what you look like.
yeah. I honestly like because I feel like this is one thing I think women need to understand is that even if you're not quote unquote the prototypical beauty queen, like yo, your attitude will raise your score up way high, right? That's a nice chick, a great personality is super attractive. I know all of us have probably been in the presence of females that you be like, yo, at first glance, you be like, it ain't my cup of tea. Then you get to chop it up with that person, or you're around that person, you be like, yo, that person's cool.
She's
You know?
cool.
And-
that
and
could be my nigga.
That's and that becomes. I
We
think
could
that
go
becomes
bowling. We
attractive.
could go
I
bowling
think
like a
that's attractive.
motherfucker.
Nah. Of course, there are women that will just be more platonic than anything, but I think there's some women that you would say that they're not the prototypical beauty, but like yo, they have a certain attraction, and you can't really pinpoint it, but it's probably their personality, the way they are, and I think women need to focus more on that, than focusing on like the superficial starter kit to try to look a little bit better. I understand, like we're all trying to look a little better. As far men, women alike, we're willing to do little things here and there,
Of course.
to help our look aesthetically.
Well,
right?
what you're doing things to attract what you want, right? Like at the end of the day, if you're single, you're trying to do things to attract what it is that you want.
But I think you make a good point, though. You make a good point because that look, I think that look is like GB might have. I think you said stripper look.
Yeah. Amateur.
He said
Amateur stripper look.
Yeah.
I had to throw that
And,
one in there.
like
Amateur
most
stripper.
most strippers are not dating the regular guy that would
Yeah.
that would marry the plain Jane. It's a nigga that probably will mess with a stripper or something like that may be able to match that energy, right?
And that's the thing.
He's
Like
probably
you
not
putting.
gonna settle down. He's probably not gonna
And this is
lock her down.
this is the thing. You are attracting what you put out there. So if vernacular is that a proper word for it?
Yeah.
If your vernacular is, yo, I want to look like the video chick or the Glorilla or whatever other Nicki Minaj or whoever else that these people are looking up to, you're going to get the same dudes that are going to be in that realm or that world that don't necessarily take things seriously like that. They're not
Teenage
taking
boys,
life seriously.
scammers, and drug dealers.
You're not taking life seriously.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to look like a RN that's going to work or a doctor or something that's going to work. And I hate to be sounding like the old dude, but it is what it is. Like, but if you're going to, this might be a lesson for younger people. Yo, if you're going to attract what you want to attract, you should look like what you want to attract, right? Like, yo,
100%.
if you're going out into the world and you're looking like a amateur stripper, if you're looking like a superstar rapper, you're going to attract either a groupie or you're going to attract a dude that's not serious about who the fuck you really are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you go out into the world and you are being genuine, you're yourself,
Yeah.
I think you'll attract a genuine person.
So she doesn't look like she's taking herself seriously.
I don't know the lady like that. Like,
Yeah, of
honestly,
course.
I'm just
talking about.
I'm gonna say something that most men, I don't care what kind of lifestyle that they are living, all men want some peace, right? Like, even if a dude is wild in the streets, he want to come home to peace, right? That's why you might have a dude that
some dudes don't never want no peace.
Well, no. They may play with the whole toxic relationship thing and a wild, tumultuous relationship, and then they leave that chick and then they get with the quote unquote plain Jane because she gives them peace. When you listen to her and you listen to the energy that she's giving, she don't sound like peace.
Okay.
Right? She sounds like a little bit of complaining and I don't know. I'm not gonna say you're sitting there asking like why men don't want you, right? And men it's I don't want to call it combative though. I don't want to call it combative because she didn't come off combative.
Not at all.
She didn't come off combative, but she also didn't come off agreeable.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for that. Thank you. She didn't come off agreeable. That's what I was trying. That's what I was thinking.
Right.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
What advice are we ugly shaming? What
If
advice?
you ugly, you ugly.
didn't
Ain't
call-
no
why-
shame
why-
in
why-
calling somebody
I'm
ugly.
not
Nah, I'm
calling
just
her
playing. I'm
ugly.
bullshit.
I'm not talking.
Don't
I'm not
don't
calling
call
her ugly.
because the first thing
I'm not
people are gonna
calling
say
her-
is like, "Oh, she's ugly because she's
Yeah,
dark
I'm
skin or
not.
something like
Nah,
that."
not even close.
Yes. Nah, I'm playing. I'm just playing.
Yeah.
But if a woman can't be her most attractive in her natural state,
I think most women
what
are.
advice do you have for them?
I think most women are. I think most women
that's
are.
the essence of a woman in her natural state is the dopest that you could ever get them. That's just me thinking. What turns me on every once in a while when they get dressed up. Yeah, that's just to get dressed up. You go out, you feel good or whatever. But on a regular basis, waking up, walking around the house. Sometimes it drives me insane. And my wife knows it. But I still think she's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Hair all over the place. Moo on, whatever. Still think you're beautiful.
You still make moo-moos, yo?
She finds some shits. She'll find it. She'll find it. And she always fights me. She always fights me.
If I know they had those.
She always fights me. She's like, "This ain't no moo." Yet that's what my grandmama wore in 1988.
House dress.
That's realistically, that's the part you have to fall in love with. You can't
Of
fall
course,
in love
of
with
course,
the.
Of course.
All right, we got all jazzed up, and we going out because that's not realistic. You know what I mean?
It's fleeting.
You know, yeah. So you got to fall in love with that, the regular version of who you're with.
No makeup, no nothing, no
Yeah,
hair
man.
done, no nothing. Just the brain.
Yo,
Pause.
Well,
Not the
let's
brain,
talk about the plain Jane side of it.
okay, yeah.
I think she probably used the terminology a little bad. Because what exactly is a plain Jane?
I think she was spot on. Honestly,
I think the way that she said it was like she's superior to a plain Jane. You understand what I'm saying?
kinda.
Well, that's for everybody's perspective. Like,
What else is considered plain Janes? We
Just
call
not-
watches plain Janes, right? And then they're
Yeah.
bust down watches,
Right.
right? So initially, the bust down watch might look like it's worth more, but it holds no value. And at the end of the day, the plain Jane is what you want for your everyday.
Great
You know what I mean?
analogy.
I'm with him with that. I automatically started smiling as soon as he started broken it down. I'm like, yes, I get that.
Very.
So
Yeah, like I can I be, if I could be completely honest, I'm a plain Jane guy.
of course,
I'm not getting a Rollie that's bust down. I'm not getting a Breitling that's bust down. I'm not
Can't
getting a
give that to
Cartier
your
that's
kid.
bust
You-
down.
You can't get
I'm
that
getting
to
a
your
plain
kid.
Jane Navi timer. You know, Ron is better with the Rolex joints, but I'm getting a specific watch,
Yeah,
Sky Dweller. I don't need
it's an investment,
the added shit on it.
right?
When you have something that is worth something, I don't need to add stuff onto it. It's just it's
just
perfect the way it
peacocking.
is.
It's just looking at me.
Yeah.
This is it. Look at this right now for this moment, for until this is hot. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And then it's not trade it in, lose whatever you put into it, lose a little value, and then you get something else that's trendy.
Yeah.
And that's So I don't know why she fighting plain Jane. She seems young, and I think putting this out in the world, maybe she's watched a couple of people react to this video, and hopefully people explain to her that plain Jane is built for longevity. That's what
Plain Jane
and it
is
seems
sturdy.
like she wants a commitment because she's complaining about men aren't committing to her.
But it's what KB said. The energy you put out is what you're going to attract. She's probably not going to attract men that will commit.
Yeah.
Like her energy, or the aesthetic that she gives, and it's your personality, and we got to take into account that your looks do turn people on, and they can turn people off,
Facts.
right?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of guys that might be the commitment type of guys that might see that and like, it's a little bit too much for me.
Yeah. I could be
And they go the other direction.
completely honest. Like, yo, even when I was younger, I never, like, we calling them baddies now, right? Like, that's a new term.
Yeah.
I've never been attracted to a woman that was made up like that. That was never like
So
my.
what? Trina and Little Kim weren't hot to you back in the day?
No,
Okay.
no.
You got to. Well, Little Kim specifically, like I felt like she was way more attractive before she did the extra shit.
Yeah. No, she definitely was.
Yeah.
She
And
definitely
when they had
was.
those little candid shots of her without all the heavy makeup and all that, and just regular,
Gorgeous.
she was way more.
You know what I'm saying?
Attractive. Okay.
I've always been like a Sanaa Lathan, a Nia Long, a Megan Good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nia Long is having a renaissance right now, though. Bro.
what? What? Oh,
What
fuck
happened when you lose, man?
Idoka.
When you get
big
cheated
homie.
on.
Yeah. I seen the
Gives you
new
a glow.
trailer with that new movie where her and Eddie Murphy came out. It's like
That shit looks dope,
it's
too.
good to see her in there. You know what I mean?
Nah, for
Yeah,
sure.
good to see her working.
For sure.
Big. We couldn't have an episode with no controversy. I'm probably gonna get a little heat for this. Now, fellas, if I was it's just to say with Freaky Friday and I was a woman, right? You know what would scare me about men nowadays? You can't see a lot of people's face anymore. Your beards are maybe the weaponry for men. Like, I don't know how a woman can marry a man without seeing his natural face once. You don't know who that person looks like.
I'm saying, is that the opposing side of what we just
I don't
talked
know.
about
I have
with the
no
female?
idea. I
The
haven't
nigga
heard
got
it
no
anywhere.
chin.
I haven't-
The nigga got no chin at
I
all.
haven't heard it anywhere. I don't know, but I know, like, I used to see people without their beards and they look a certain way, but then look like I know how they look like. But now when I see people, you can shave your beard and
All
you'll
right,
be a
so
whole nother
listen,
person.
as a person whose looks are totally supported by his beard,
Hey.
I understand
Yes, you're bearded.
where you're coming from. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Soon as I could grow one, I grew it.
Okay.
Never letting it go. I don't care how gray it gets.
How long have you had your beard?
I want to say I started growing a beard like this at about 30.
Okay.
Maybe
But
about
have you had
30.
it like James Harden type situation?
I did. You know, summertime usually I get it.
Summertime you do
Not
that?
get
like
a shot.
that though. Not crazy like that. I just use it to elongate the chin. Pause. Yeah, but no, without it, my eyes look very, very tired. I have a very short
Really?
chin.
So you thought this through?
He's definitely
Yeah,
thought about
no, a beard has been very, very good to me. Now, luckily for a person like me, I met my significant other in high school when I didn't have a beard.
Oh yeah, y'all
But
knew
the
each other
difference
since y'all were
was
11.
though, this
So
is the
she
thing,
loves fresh face cool.
right? But Fresh Face Cool was also 165 pounds, where I had a skinny face, had like a little goatee. You know what I'm saying? And then I rocked the thin little joint
Yeah,
for a little
Everybody
bit.
had the long
little
sideburn.
pencil.
Yeah, but then
Pencil lineup.
yeah.
Long sideburn, like yo, my shit is growing, son.
Word.
It'll connect in 2 years.
But I want to say when I got to about 30 something, as a matter of fact, 30 something, I decided to let it kind of grow all the way out.
Yeah.
And I can never go backwards, ever. Because right now I'm on the fence with the dye. Right, I'm getting my grays are coming through.
You better not do it.
I kind of feel like once you do it,
I'll fight you, son.
there's no turning back.
You gotta keep on doing
You gotta
it.
keep,
gotta
on
keep
doing
on doing
it.
it.
You know?
You're gonna be
Yeah.
like Will Smith and Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
done.
'Cause some of them quarantine. Some of these guys were looking really old, like
Yeah, son.
Diddy and
Diddy
Khaled.
also. Diddy gets his
Guys
joint
are
done.
old looking, but
So let me ask you a question. This is why
saw
I
Dion.
always,
But yes, the beard- the
a
beard is saving
I
a
like-
lot of
I like
guys.
the beard. I like everything on myself and everything like that. It's cool. But all right, when you wear like sunglasses and a hat, do you feel like you're in a disguise? Like I feel like I'm hiding from people. Like when I'm
well, to me, I'm
like
either
if I wear a hat
sunglasses
and I
or
wear
hat.
sunglasses, I feel weird.
Is hat or sunglasses? Can't be.
Can't be both, right? Because it feels weird, right?
No, but now,
I always wear hat and sunglasses.
yeah. some
But you
people
also
can.
don't have the whole disguise thing going, like
I don't have a chin strap.
incognito. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right. I can dig it.
Yeah. I'm saying, but beards, you don't necessarily have to. A woman doesn't have to necessarily see a man without a beard. They don't go anywhere unless
But
you
also
cut it.
the rebuttal though, the rebuttal to that is the beard it comes with you.
Okay.
Now this is my thing. When I see the
You
guys,
can't leave it home.
no, I'm just saying. You know, it's a natural thing.
Part of your haircut.
It's part
right,
of
right,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what kills me is the guys who get, the spray stuff and the spray hairlines and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just feel like that is just, it's just a federal offense.
You think that's the equivalent of like a lace
It's a federal offense. It's probably worse. It's
Nah,
worse.
well,
too.
they're doing lace front now for men too.
Oh yeah, they are. They're actually
Yeah.
doing that.
But
I
the
don't know what's that for.
Beijing is like, that's like
I think
They hit a little.
the spray
It's
and the
not gonna
thing
last, man.
is worse. I think that's worse than a woman wearing the lace fronts and stuff like that. Because no offense, and this is no offense taken. I don't want to take any heat because I'm supposed to be letting you guys get the heat. But when a woman of color, let's just say, walks outside, you can look at her and tell that the hair is not hers. It's easy. Right?
not everybody.
Not all of them. And you don't know how much. I watched the chick on TikTok that she put on edges. Like her shit was like to the middle of her head, and she had baby hairs that they had in the pack that she glued to her hair.
They selling that shit now too.
Yes.
Listen,
Yeah.
there's okay.
Sorcery.
Sorcery.
Can you give me 7 out of 10? 7 out of 10 women who wear it, you can tell that it doesn't belong to them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give you 70%. Yeah.
70%, 7 out of 10. Like if a guy comes out with but if a guy comes out with like a hairline sprayed on, like a chick could kind of be fooled by that. You get what I'm saying? You could
I
kind of be
would,
fooled
me
by that.
personally, I would never do that ever.
It's a tough
I'm
deal, man. I
lying.
think it's worse. I think it's worse when guys.
That's a lie. It's been done.
Like we say that too. 'Cause it's like, yo, dog, I'm not rocking a beard
been done.
without blacking my shit. I dye my shit. If I'm growing a beard and you see it look like this, it's probably dye. I'm gonna leave a little white in it for a little, You know what I mean? But I'm not walking around.
Okay, but
with
how
no
do you
white beard.
how do you dye it when it's that close to your face without your face being black?
You gotta get the right dye. You gotta
okay.
spend some money. You know what I mean? I'll put you
He
on,
knows
man.
about
I don't want it.
Ready.
Nah, let me-
He knows about this.
Yeah, you can't buy that at CVS, doggy.
He's invested in this.
Yeah, I'm not walking around with a white beard, dog. It's not happening. You'll never see me with facial hair. If that's the case,
I think
I'll
I'll.
go.
Oh man, I think I would. I don't think I would be too bad with that. With having,
White.
yeah, but it has like I would want it heavily white.
Okay.
Like I don't like to like right now. I think I have like a couple of like white hairs in my joint. I think I would like to just have it like
Straight white.
yeah, like mostly white, like just like Jelani white, like mostly white.
Jelani, shout out to him, man.
Shout out to Lonnie.
Yeah.
That's the thing though. You can't go back. You can't be young again. Like once you go white, you just got to be white.
I think that's the weirdest thing though. Why do people not want to embrace being old or getting older?
I want to be old. I don't want to look old.
You can look old though.
I'm fine with being old.
All
I
right.
just
So
don't wanna
let's
look old.
hold on with me real quick.
Go ahead.
Hang
They're
with
not
me.
getting any of the benefits though. Most people aren't. Like
Hang with
usually when you the benefits of getting older is you get wiser. Most people are not getting wiser. They're
No,
just getting
especially
older.
not with fucking TikTok scrolling. You're getting stupider. But like, yo, if you can look older, you lose your hair, face turns gray, but you keep your body intact,
Right.
right? You don't have a big ass gut.
Yeah.
Your body is still
Still an old diesel nigga.
good. Why the fuck would you not want to like? I don't like me. I'm like, yo, I just don't. Yeah, I don't like wearing tight clothes right now. Right? I put this shit on today, and I was like, damn, man, my belly getting a little big. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like hanging over.
Right,
but I know as soon as it starts to get like that, yo,
You're gonna tighten up.
I'm saying,
Bro,
but you
you
give them the
gotta
fashion
get it.
tips though. You
gotta get it.
Black is slimming.
First
you
of all,
can't.
yeah, all black. You can't go wrong with all black.
Can't go wrong with that.
And we were
doggy.
talking about that at the funeral. We were like, yo, we all look good here because all of us got all black. Like, once you start wearing that fucking fuchsia and all that other shit,
Oh yeah.
the Hawaiian fucking
yeah.
shirts and all, like, yo,
Summertime
nigga,
don't
you
forgive
gonna
it.
look crazy.
Nice.
Shout out to my man Dwayne. He showed up in a brown turtleneck. We had jokes on him because the belly was out. You know what I'm saying? So like the black is slimming. Black is just what it is.
Yeah.
So if you can keep your body to where it's like you look good.
It's easier said than done though, man.
No, it's
discipline at this
it's
age.
very difficult.
Yes, very.
It's definitely difficult.
Discipline and time, where
And
most
shit,
guys.
you better get a lap band.
That part.
Shit. Fuck around and get that that
No,
what is it?
no. We
who
don't
got the
promote,
BBL?
We not promoting that. We're not promoting that.
All them niggas.
Everybody.
Better get that French Montana.
We're all capable of doing the work, right? You just got to figure out the time, work it in your schedule, and do what you need to do. It's as easy as just changing eating habits,
Yeah.
but it takes discipline.
I was about to say most people just aren't disciplined enough to get it to set it into a regimen and do it every day.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I feel like once you do it and you start to see some type of change, you get addicted to that change.
So would you do the shots are being promoted on social media?
the shots to make your dick
The weight loss shots.
Oh, weight loss shot.
Yikes.
They are? How much? Wow.
It's shots to I'm off.
How's it work?
I'm out of
What
the loop.
does it do? I've
They
never
they
heard of
like
it.
they showed a post on Instagram where they shooting a guy with like a needle in his chest and his stomach, all
Okay.
that.
Isn't that
So
for
I guess-
diabetes or some shit?
No, I
Is
think
that
it's the
diabetes
burn fight. I don't know. I don't know
I
if they're
think it's
utilizing that.
I think
to,
that's
to burn
diabetes.
fat, but
I think it's diabetes. I'm gonna sound stupid as fuck. I'm gonna sound really dumb if this really ain't diabetes medicine. But I'm gonna jump out on a limb.
Like insulin.
I'm gonna jump out on a limb
Go ahead.
and say I think that it's some type of diabetes medicine that they're shooting them with.
Okay.
I think that it is.
And it's supposed to burn
It's
fat.
supposed to burn fat. If I'm not right, then I'm gonna sound really dumb on this
No,
podcast.
you gave a disclaimer, so it is what
First
it
time,
is.
that'll be all right.
It's not the first time. It's not the first time you sound like an idiot. It is what it is.
Right.
But yo, how much does it cost? All right, so let's put it into this. If
Per shot.
all right, let's put it. Can we put it into this? If you're able to divulge this information, what do they do for a living?
Well, they're in the medical profession as well.
Okay, what level of medical are they in? Let's start from CPN, RN, doctor. 1, 2, 3.
Three.
Oh, that shit's expensive, nigga.
But
it's-
honestly,
that's
if someone in
expensive.
the medical field was taking it, it might work, right? Like, 'cause they
Yeah.
would be the first person to be
To
like,
know
"Nah,
it.
I don't know.
What
I
well, listen,
I
what-
don't know. He didn't say. I don't know.
What I
That's
hear
up for
right now
debate.
is
It's
that it
just.
has been working.
Yeah.
It's just relying on it would really be an expensive thing to
Oh,
do.
okay.
It would kind of
Yeah.
it would kind of
Okay.
be like
You're gonna be in a. You're
it
gonna
would
be in a
best
hamster wheel,
to
right?
almost jumpstart you, right?
Yeah. You're
Jumpstart
gonna
you.
still eat like shit. You're still gonna continue to gain weight,
Yeah.
and you're gonna keep doing it.
But isn't that kind of like I don't know,
Well, no, I think what it does is too it
shrinks your stomach, right?
like diminishes your appetite.
Mm.
I think it's aiming at your appetite first.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So like a little
So-
baby lap band.
Yeah.
Sort of, kind of, but the difference is
Non-invasive
like,
surgery, right?
right? But the difference is just kind of like, I believe it's a good jump start, but when you have to rely on it financially, that could put you in a real bind.
Yeah, it's like heroin, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Once you start seeing the results, you kind of get motivated and you want to keep it off, right?
You
What?
might.
You going to all of a sudden get these shots and then go to the gym? No.
I'm gonna go to the gym now.
Right?
Tighten it up.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
honestly,
did
what the
nothing.
shots are
I
gonna
did
do-
nothing to lose
Listen,
this weight, and now I'm gonna go to the gym. Like I could
Same
just
way.
No, I'm
Same
just
way
gonna.
I don't
you
want to
shave
lose
that
my
beard.
money.
Yo, same way you shave that beard, you look a different person. You lose a whole bunch of fat. You lose a whole bunch of mass. You might look crazy under there. Now you got to tone up and try to look like something. You know what I'm saying?
that's the person. Honestly,
I'm gonna tell you this, right?
Most people that
the
are gonna
person,
spend money,
the
they're
person
not
who,
motivated
in
to
which
do
who
shit.
I'm talking about. Okay,
what's her name?
I'm not gonna do that.
Nah, I'm just. Playing.
Could be a he. Could be a he.
What's his name?
The person, the human being, in which I am talking about, is probably not going to take the extra steps to keep it that way, right? Because this person, I believe, has tried a lot of different things, all the things,
Okay.
whatever they got, trying it, but it does begin with eating. Now, what's crazy is like,
Now I'm really curious.
as we reach a certain age, we tend to just trim certain things out. Right? Myself, I fell in love with seltzer water. If I would have fallen in love with seltzer water when I was in my early 20s, it would have made a huge difference compared to like when I adopted it. Right? But I think this person has tried everything that under the sun, but has always reverted when it, because the hard work they're not going to do.
Yeah.
You know?
Are they
Most
single?
Most people don't.
Is
want
it?
to do
Are they single or married?
They're with somebody.
They're with some, but they're not married.
They're with somebody. They're common law.
Why you trying to give? You trying to get so many clues? All right.
No. It's not clues. It's just the motivation to do things is different. Like when you married or with somebody, I really feel like people get complacent and be like, it is what it is. Yo,
Yeah.
he like me, she like me, whatever. It is what it is. But when you
There's
single
never,
and
like, a level
dating
of
and
guilt
try
that
to,
kind of sticks in there with that complacent. Like at the end of the day, yeah, she loves me and all that, and he loves me and all that. But it's like,
But
shouldn't you feel like I should keep myself up to?
Well, this is the thing. In this
Keep up my
in this
appearance.
situation,
I mean,
right?
that would be nice.
In this situation, it goes back to whether or not this person is a person who suddenly got fat, or a person who's always lived with being overweight. Because that's a totally kind of different frame of mind.
Yeah,
Right.
Somebody that's always been
A person who was
overweight.
yeah, you know,
Yeah,
they're
Oh, you talk about Kim Fields. Nah, I'm just playing. I'm playing.
Shout out to Tootie. Cakes over here.
Shit.
All right. So, Gabrielle Union.
Gabrielle Union.
Shout
I don't
out
know
to
all the
Gabby.
details about that, so you could kind of roll it
See
out.
what I can find here. She did an interview over the week, and
That was so nasty.
Miss Gabrielle Union regrets her first marriage, but not necessarily the infidelity. Union, who is 50 years old, appeared on Monday's episode of Dax
Wow,
Shepard's
she's 50.
Armchair
How does Dwayne Wade?
Expert podcast.
He's a lot younger.
I would say like 40.
No. He's not 40 yet. He's like 37, 38.
For real?
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta look this up.
I think he's 40.
He might be 40. He might be 40. But he's not that far from LeBron and Carmelo.
Wow, D Wade is 40.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
not
so
that
she
far
is
from
10
him.
years his senior.
Yeah.
Fucking manipulating that guy.
Well, she did Dax Shepard's Armchair Expert podcast, and the two discussed cheating in their earlier relationships. The Bring It On star described her first marriage to former NFL player Chris Howard as dysfunctional from day one. The pair wed in 2001 and split in 2006. I definitely was not getting the Wife of the Year award, Union said. In my first marriage, neither one of us felt like a marriage should get in our way of our dating. She added part of her infidelity was because Howard was also allegedly cheating. And she said, I just felt entitled to it as well. I was paying all the bills like my father did before me. He gets to do whatever the hell he wants. So she felt like because she made the money, she could cheat on him. So those are the highlights of the.
He was an NFL player?
Yeah. He wasn't really good. So he was a running back for like 4 years. Bounced around. Had like a fumble. I was doing some research on him. Never got a big contract. He had like a fumbling problem.
Okay.
So he fumbled his wife.
What was
in
his
the
name?
ball. Chris Howard.
Fumbled his wife in his ball. That's so good.
Well, I guess he doesn't make as much money as her, but I think they get after a certain amount of years. I think they all get pensions, right?
With the NFL?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Check on it.
I don't know that
So
business.
2001,
I don't know that
2006.
business.
5 year. That's a
5 years, I think
marriage.
he would get a
5
pension.
year- Well, no. This is their relationship.
Oh, okay.
They were,
They were married for 5 years. Yeah.
I never even knew she was married, bro.
I didn't know she was married before that either.
No.
I guess that makes sense because, she said she didn't want her marriage to get in the way of
That would make her late
dating.
20s when she got married, right?
Honestly, I don't think so. I don't think so.
She had a couple of movies though. She had
But it said "Bring It On" and stuff like that, and she was making her appearance.
and then she had the
she
movie
was the
with
it girl for a little while. She
had the
black
movie
girl.
with Jamie Foxx also
right
back then.
Yeah.
So
Did Bad
she
Boys
was making
no? She didn't come out until Bad Boys 2, right?
Oh, that's the picture that you.
Bad Boys
you the picture that you were just looking on the article. She was at the in front of the step and repeat for Bad Boys with him.
Yeah,
right.
So yeah.
Okay.
Bad
so
Boys
she
too.
she was making money because that was a feature film.
Yeah.
I think that
Bad-
up to
Bad
that
Boys
time
2
that
came out
probably
in
was her
2006.
biggest payday at
Right,
that time.
right. That was her bag. Well, Bad Boys 2 came out in 2006, and they got the
No.
2006.
Two Could
so
Play That Game was definitely bigger than Bad Boys 2.
Talk about it.
Yeah, maybe she. I don't even want to go into the debating about who was paying what bills or whatever, who had more money, but is that well? We talked about that last episode, right? About whoever controls the finances, or usually when a man controls the finances, he has sort of like carte blanche to do what he wants to do. We were talking about the clip
Yeah.
of the old guy that
on cheaters.
that he paid all the bills and he got caught out there, but he told his lady like, well, I pay everything. Yeah, I'm dealing with this other woman and you need to go home and I'll get back with you later. It is what it is.
Pimpin'.
Are we having a problem because it's a female doing it?
I
Yes.
think that's what the problem is.
Yes.
Yeah. I
Oh,
think
yes.
that's what the problem is.
No,
I've
110,000%.
tried to look at it from every angle, and it comes to that. If I have to be completely honest with myself, it sounds weird that she's doing it, and I don't like that dad caught it straight either.
That who caught it straight?
Her dad. Oh, I used to just do it because I saw my dad do it. Maybe mom may know that.
And let's be completely honest. It's her. You see what she doing with relationship she with the boy. She just seemed like,
That part too.
A little masculine energy.
yeah. And I'm not even gonna get into their whole family life with the boy girl and all their situations with how she controlling that too. I'm not even gonna get into it. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like, all right, we're biased. Like, I don't know. We don't really got nothing to say because it's like there's really nowhere to go about it because it's like she's telling her truth. We've all been there. The only other way I could spin it is like we kind of all used to wild out in 2001, 2006. Like those were years. Like I felt like
I don't.
people really didn't know how important marriage and the sanctity of marriage was, and
I think another reason why it's like really polarizing or buzzworthy is because that's old school mentality. Like the clip that we're talking about is an old dude. Like he's old.
right.
Coming from a different generation.
Yeah.
You don't hear shit like that in with people that are our age. You know what I mean? Or somebody may think it, but to hear somebody say it, and then especially a female, it is kind of like, huh?
Because
takes you back.
because you're not a dude, Gabrielle Union. How are you equating your pops to yourself? Like it wasn't like,
money.
oh, my mother.
The money.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Yo, you're still a female.
So you have
Bro.
to kind of cherish.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Like,
all right.
you're still a female.
Yeah.
No matter how much money you make, you're still a female.
Yeah.
You do know that,
All right,
right?
all right.
And
You're
you
still a female.
So you gotta
cheating.
protect the box.
You cheating is not. You're not conquering men. They're
Yeah.
still conquering you.
Right. Jokes on you.
Fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
You think that you're going out doing something because your quote unquote pops made all the money, so now you look at your pops that made the money and did the things that that he did to your mother, that you could do the same thing to your husband. Oh, haha. We have penises. You have a vagina.
Yeah.
Like
You let
it's
dudes
weird.
Shoot the club up every night.
Yeah,
and
it's
you
weird.
Think that's just fly.
It's weird.
Right. I think you on to something though.
That's
I
weird.
think you're on to something because the same thing kind of happened with Brittany Renner did that interview with Andrew Tate, and she came around and was like she regrets sharing her body with that many people and being so cavalier with her sexuality, you know, when she first came out on the scene and stuff like that, because she realizes that that's something that she can't get back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I mean you could get vaginal rejuvenation. Is that the
yeah,
word for it?
yeah, I think
you
so.
can get vaginal
Yeah,
rejuvenation, but
rejuvenation, yeah.
at the end of the day, like once it's
Once it's stretched, it's stretched.
Talk about it.
once it's like
Say it, dog.
it's there.
I'm waiting for you to say
you know
it.
what I'm saying?
What's
Once
that
it-
monkey beat up?
Big mouth,
Yeah.
big mouth bass.
Yeah.
Nigga. Once the big mouth bass, it's a wrap. Like this, no closing the bass mouth. That's it.
Right. Yeah, I think it's a weird conversation. I think, but she did, you know, she actually said during the interview, she wishes she felt bad about it. So she actually doesn't feel bad about her actions back then either.
Who's this?
Gabrielle Union. Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think she
Gabrielle
would.
Union, yeah.
I don't think she would. She has supreme masculine energy, bro. I don't think she would.
More than Jada
And
Pinkett?
I think so.
More than
or
just
just as much.
Okay.
Just as much.
Okay.
I think
Um,
both of them have something in common though.
Okay.
And it's butt plugs. It's either butt plugs
Yeah, build
or it's
Building that a little bit.
it's straps. It's strap-ons. I think they both have that inside of their private domain.
You know what I
Sexual
don't
life.
like though.
Nah, no, hold
You know,
on, hold on. 1 second.
Okay, go ahead.
If you got on a flight though, and D Wade and Will Smith was sitting right in the middle of you, and they both were watching this episode right now, and heard you say that about their wives.
That their wives,
about
that their
their
wife was
accent.
that their wives was using strap-ons on them.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the truth.
There you go. Continue, sir. Yeah, 'cause-
And a butt plug.
plug.
Wifey is like, yo, put the butt plug in. I'll get to you a little bit later.
I hear you though. hear you. Them boys are
I
wild.
just don't. I don't think it's cool to be putting that out there, because that same energy that they have, a lot of women don't have that energy, right? But they'll try to mimic the energy. Like, you're not like her. I'm not. I've heard things about both, like her, and I didn't know she was even. I heard she goes both ways.
Who's that?
Allegedly.
Both of them?
Union.
Oh, okay.
So
She seems like she does.
you'll have women that will be in relationships and they will try to mimic that same energy. Like, oh, yo, she did it. Yeah, she's right. She did what she did, and she has no remorse for it. And she felt like she was validated in doing it because she was doing X, Y, and Z or paying the bills. But I don't think that's cool, man. But you can't, like, you're not like her. You're not like her. Most women are not like her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not sociopaths.
So
I have a quick question. It's a little bit on the topic, but if you could say who is a celebrity couple that you will look at and be like, yeah, I really feel like they're genuine. They're probably the dopest celebrity couple that I've seen. Who would you think? Who would you say?
I would say Denzel and his wife, but his wife is not famous. But
I would say
You've
two
seen
famous
you
people.
see no. You gotta talk about somebody that you see
Both of them.
interact in public.
Yeah, like
I've
two
never
famous
when you
really
see them
seen-
on the red carpets and you see her and you see they kind of like play
Nah, I'm talking about two famous people.
No,
They're
I mean
both
somebody you
famous.
could see without really trying to look for him. Like you would have to look for Denzel's wife to find her. Like you have to
fact.
Google
Okay.
her or something like that. But it's not like they're out and about like they're a public couple.
Got you.
Like both of them are famous.
Yeah.
They're both famous, and they got.
I don't think it's no real famous couples. I think
Barack
they're all
and Michelle
fugazi.
Obama is not with it.
He's a politician.
Okay.
You know what I
So
mean?
it's gonna look. It has
Yeah,
to be.
it has to
polished.
look
It
a
has
certain-
have a
It has
polished
to be
outside.
perfect.
Exactly.
It always has
It
to
has
be
to.
perfect.
Okay.
It always. has to be perfect.
They're probably
Oh.
even more anal than celebrities.
How about Braun and Savannah?
I think.
I think that picture is painted very nicely.
Yeah, but I think it's
Well, there's
she's
no-
not she's not really out there.
And she's only famous because.
But
she's
isn't that the
LeBron's
fly
wife.
part? Like, cause it's like,
No. But she's only famous
no.
because she's LeBron's wife.
well, look at Aisha Curry and Steph Curry and the things that she came out and said and was like, I wish more men would find me attractive and stuff like that and everything like that. So it's the same situation.
She said
and it
that?
feels like, yeah, and it feels like Aisha Curry wants the limelight more than Savannah is. You asked me that. The question was a couple that I like. I like people who are good in
What
their
about
own
who?
skin.
Angela Bassett. She's married to that actor guy. They seem
They've
pretty.
been together
Courtney
for a
B.
very long
Vanderpump.
time.
Together.
Yeah.
They're dope.
They seem
They've been
pretty
together for a
together.
long
I
time.
don't know much about them, but
Mine
No,
is
you know what works for them?
Swiss
Is
Beats
that
and
she-
Alicia Keys.
Most people won't even know that they're married.
Yeah.
that part.
No, they haven't.
Angela
'cause they
Bassett.
don't go out there like
They
that.
don't.
Well,
you
what?
say?
She didn't have his last name.
Well,
So
that's-
I'm not taking that.
I think that that's for business purposes, but
I don't like it. You have my last name.
Who'd you say? Who'd you say? KB.
Yeah. You said Alicia Keys.
Never.
and Push.
Alicia
Never,
Keys and
never.
Swiss Beats.
I don't think
Never.
they look bad.
I think
they
that, I think
I think
every
they,
time
I think
I've
they
seen
into the
them,
same shit that everybody else is into.
they I like their vibe. Every time I see them, I like their vibe together. Like they got a vibe that's their own. Like
I'm
they're
not mad
both
at that.
fucking weirdos, and I love it. You know what I'm saying? They're both on a different plane as far as how they view life, and I love that about them. Those are my two.
They
that
seem
I'm
like they're good friends, right?
They seem like they're very good friends, yo.
Do they
like
seem
the
like
way-
they're lovers or friends?
It seems like they're
think
very
that's
good
the
friends.
best you can get.
They drink together. They do music together. Like when I see shit with them, see things with them.
You'd be like, I don't know if they.
All right,
fucking-
but okay, no, but
they seem like they're cool.
I feel like when you see, if you were to see me and my wife,
Okay.
I don't think everybody's like, oh, they're lovers. I think people look at me and my wife and just think that like, yo, they grew up together and then they just.
You think that's
It's
what we
just kinda
see when
cool.
you see you and your wife?
I think you see like lovers.
Yeah.
Lovers is kind of like
I think
Yeah,
high
I
school.
think-
hanging all over each other and like
Not
what is lovers?
necessarily.
Like what is that?
It's not. It doesn't have to be that blatant. Like
My next door neighbors, the Hubbards, they don't look like lovers. They look like fucking partners in life.
all right.
What does partners
But
in
there's
life look
certain
like?
things-
Like
see,
you just not having sex anymore?
No, but just like
I think you're looking.
I'm
You're
sorry,
looking
Big
too,
Dave Hubbard.
you're
I
looking
know.
too-
I'm just tired. I'm tired of looking at this girl.
You're looking at it too, like in your face. It's like more subtlety to it, right? If she was to, if he,
because I got a new baby. See, a new baby shows that something's been happening. But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
outside,
Yeah.
that's a tall tale sign.
but if he's sitting on the couch watching the game or some shit, she bring him a sandwich and she like, babe, who's winning the game?
We're talking about that.
Sorry, all right, but I'm just saying,
Right now, we got some
I'm about to
alcohol
tell you who
going.
win
Be
the game.
careful.
I'm
now.
about-
Be careful. We
I'm
got
about to check the
Shit
score
like
for
that.
you.
alcohol.
You know what I mean?
going.
That felt too familiar.
shit like that. It's like certain couples, man, they seem like they're more like, damn, y'all fucking or not, or y'all just cool. You know what I mean?
Certain
Like,
couples get naked when they have sex, and certain couples have sex with their clothes on.
What you mean? Like put your penis through the
hole.
boxes?
Yeah.
Through the boxes?
Yo, listen, man. With two young kids,
some couples are weird.
with two young kids, it's hard, man. Sometimes you got to be fully clothed.
Covert.
I'm not even gonna
Yeah.
lie. Me and my wife
these
gave
babies
us
are crying.
gave a high five because we never get we don't. It's hard to get it in.
It's hard to get it
so
in,
we was like,
goddamn.
oh, we got that. Like we was able to get some shit done.
I don't know. Like I kind of feel like me and my wife have become buddies, like in this thing. So like lovers, I don't know. It's like weird.
That's important.
well, no, it's important to be buddies, but I think it's very important to keep that sexual energy in your relationship.